Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I'm really sorry that I didn't upload anything last week, and I think it will be like that for the next few months even, because I'm like so full with work. I just can't squeeze in any more work at all, even though I love making videos for you, as you know. But I really feel that the weekends are missing out here, and my energy level sometimes is so low that I'm sleeping during Saturdays a lot, and that's not good. So I need some time for myself as well, and yeah, but that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Today I wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. Hello, hello, hello everybody, and welcome to this friendly channel of illustrators, children's illustrators, on those of you who want to become one. In today's video, it'll be a little bit of a mixture of stuff, like me telling you stuff and me answering a few questions of yours, and also giving you an example on negotiating something, because actually, I had a very good example of how you can also negotiate price when there is not a lot of money to negotiate with when it comes to the publisher. And yeah, there are also some little ways that you can go or try to go when the publisher really is not willing to give you more money. And that's something I will tell you at the end of the video. For now, I just wanted to show you what I have been working on. Obviously, I can't show you the final results yet because it's not published, obviously, but I wanted to show you the little, like the examples of how many cover designs you can make to get to the final result. And yeah, that's the first thing we're gonna do, so let's go. So what you see here is my trash folder. So for this publisher, I'm always supposed to give them three first drafts for a cover design, which I did. And I also gave them a few examples on how the colors could look like in the background, for example. And these are the ones that haven't passed the test. So this is my trash folder pretty much. But you can see there are many different designs over here. And actually it's like 3 designs. The one that they love the most is not in the trash folder, obviously. But the 2 that they liked but weren't as good as the other one, that's how they told me, by the way. Not that I'm saying this. Yeah, they landed here. This one, for example, over here, is only a mixture of different objects that are also appearing in the book. And it was very important to me to read that book. And by the way, the author is amazing. I really loved how she's writing, and yeah, I had to get another book of hers as well, because yeah, her writing style is really lovely. So I really wanted her to be very happy with the cover design, obviously. And yeah, so I tried to add different objects of the book. Well, maybe I can show you this in the cover, maybe you can see this a little. And yes, it was a lot of fun doing this, and I was pretty happy with the result as well. But I think that the other one was even a little bit more fitting to the story. I'm sorry for my weird English today, but my brain is a little bit foggy. This story is about a fairy, but a dark fairy, and I can't tell you much more about it, but yes, that's the design that they loved at the beginning, but they liked another design even more. And this was the next style I've made. And on this one we have a few designs on the outside here, and then the fairy in the middle. And she also has a cute little raven, and I also wanted to add him here. So yeah, I personally like this one, but I know why the publisher was a bit careful with this, because she's got some fairy wings, and I think for some this might be a little bit too cheesy and too much of a fairy thing, even though it's about a fairy, but it's a dark fairy, and it's more like not a scary story, but it has to do a lot with darkness and death and stuff like that. So yeah, we couldn't take this one, obviously. So yes, and the other designs are, this one I can't show you because this is actually the design we went for, but in another version. So that is that book. Then I've also been working on the Wimble book because, yay, we sold licenses of the Wimble book to a US publisher, which is pretty cool. I'm very excited about this. But they wanted to have 6 double spread pages in the book, and we only had 5. So I was supposed to make another one, and I did that. The last 2 weeks I was working on this, and let me see if I can show you a little bit of that. Okay, I think I can show you at least this one. So I don't know if you see this. I will try to zoom in a little bit. So the first thing I did for this Wimble book double spread page was that I just built up all the things that should be a kind of a home of all the little creatures living on that double spread page, and give the lecturer an idea on how this page could look like. So over here we have a ship, over here we have a little helmet of a diver, and then there's some treasures, and there's some little plants over here for all the smaller animals, because when you're making a Wimble book page for creatures of very different sizes, you need to bring them all together and make them all visual, as visual as possible. So the smaller things need to be in front, obviously, and the bigger things like sharks and whales and stuff like that have to be a little bit far behind, so we can bring in everything, and nothing is too tiny, because a danger of working digitally is that you can draw so tiny that in the final picture you wouldn't even see stuff. So make sure that you stick with, for the outlines, you need to pick one thickness level for the lines and stick with this. Because the smaller you go and the more tiny everything is going, then you can't see anything in the end. Well, you can, but it's just too tiny, and that's not good. So stick with that one thick line style, and you should be good. So yeah, that is that build of that page. And yes, I'm very excited about that licensing thing. And I've also received a request for a government project, pretty much, which is very awesome. And we had to do some pitches, like me and my sister. She's supposed to write the 2 books. It's 2 books for beginners. And I am supposed to draw everything, which will be a lot of work because on every single page there will be an illustration. And it's supposed to be finished in March already. So it's really a very tough deadline. But I was like, okay, if we say no to this project, we are very dumb. So yeah, we said yes to it. And last week we sent the pitch out. And fingers are crossed that we get the job. So please cross your fingers for us. Yeah, that is that. So a lot of stuff has been going on, as you can see, and I've received so many requests for new jobs. Pretty much my next year is completely full with work, and I'm very happy about that, of course, but I'm also a little bit scared that everything will be a little bit too much, and I'm saying a little bit, a lot, by the way. So now that I've received so many requests for jobs for me to do, I've got job offers. I received many job offers. And this also needs to be negotiated, obviously. So I wanted to give you guys an example on how I negotiated one project. And the first offer was, it's for a cover design and 20 little illustrations without background. So they are called vignetten in the German publishing industry. Yes, so 20 vignetten. And so is it called vignettes? I don't know. Vignettes, maybe? I don't know. That's not a pretty good deal. because they also didn't mention anything of royalties. So that was the first thing I was asking before I went into negotiating at all. I was like, are there any royalties planned for this project? And then she sent me the answer of, yes, I can offer you 0.5%. And I was like, okay, that's better than nothing. But then I started with my negotiating. So I sent her the offer of, okay, I can do this for, what did I say? I think I went in with 2,000 and the 0.5 royalties. And then she went back and was like, okay, that's definitely way too high for this project, but I can offer you 1,500. So she came closer with 100 euros. And then I was like, okay, so there is not a lot of money behind that project, so we might have to go another way. So I asked her if we could maybe settle in with 1,700 and the 0.5% royalties, or I can do the job for 1,500, but then only for 15 smaller vignetten. And yeah, so I gave her two options, and I wanted to see which way she would go. And she went for the less illustrations for this project, and that's fine for me as well. So we you know, and I negotiated out more percentage of the royalties and also a little bit more money. I mean, for us 100 euros is a lot of money to be honest. And yeah, so that's how the negotiating for this project went. And I think that's a good example for when publishers really don't or can't pay you more for a certain project, that you can still try to make a lower or create a lower number of illustrations. So that's that. So now off to your questions. Thank you all for answering slash asking me something. And here we go. Thanks Harmony, you love my studio vlogs. Thanks for that. I will definitely make more studio vlogs in the future. These are things that I can also do while working on other projects, because then I can just, I don't know, put the camera up and just film myself while I work on stuff. Yeah, that's definitely something I will do soon. Bodo Stuff asked in German that he would be, or I think it's a him, yes. He would be happy about software, hardware tutorials, and I actually have a few on my video page here. Not a lot, but a few, and a few time-lapse videos as well, but not really with a proper tutorial. I'm not sure if I'm actually able to film one of those, because I'm working with the German edition, so I would have to, I don't know, Google everything for the English version. And but yeah, maybe I'll do that someday in the future. We'll see about that. Oh, my shirt is back here. Valesca Picado, thanks for your question. You asked when I start drawing. So my working day starts, that's quick. My working day starts at 7 o'clock. So I get up at 6, I make my coffee, I stay in bed for a little bit and cuddle with Quinn, and then I head over to my kitchen and then I start writing for 1 hour. So from 7 to 8, and after that, so from 8 to around, I think 12 or 1 p.m. I draw, and I keep on drawing. Then I go outside with Quinn, and then I work until 7 mostly. Yeah, that's pretty much my working day. And then I'm pretty tired and hungry as well, and I start cooking, and then I eat, and then I watch something nice, and then I fall asleep on the couch. Ara del Sur, thanks for your question. You asked how many hours and how many days a week I work. I work right at the moment 6 days a week, including making videos, of course. Oh. And the other days the week I work on my drawing projects. And yes, the hours I already answered in the question before, but yes, it's a lot. It could be even more, I think, but it's not good for your health, so don't do that. How much time, also a question by Ara del Sur, how much time do the editors give me in general to deliver illustrations? This really depends. Normally you have a few months to finish a project, sometimes even over half a year or even longer. But sometimes, for example, the case that I talked about for the government, it's not a lot of time for 2 books, and it's only 2 months and the story has not been written yet. And yeah, so that's a very strict timetable, but it really depends. And normally they also ask you if you have the time to do that project, and yeah, so you have to figure out if you can do it or if you can't. But make sure that you give yourself more time, because then otherwise you will fall into stress a lot, and that's not good. Miranda Kramos asked if it has been harder to find illustration jobs during this year because of COVID-19. Actually, it has not. This has by far been my best year, and I know it's crazy, and I know that for some other illustrators it has been a tough year at the beginning because some projects just went down completely and other projects have been pushed into the future, and that's really not cool. This hasn't happened for me, but I think after a little while they realized, slash the publishers realized, that people really need some stuff to do at home, especially those with the kids who couldn't go to kindergarten or wherever they go. And yes, they needed some activities for all the time at home. So obviously you have more time to play games, more time to read books, and that's good for the publishing industry. So yeah, it has been really my best year by far, and yeah, that's pretty good. But COVID-19 is not good. And then also by Miranda, if I ever had an agent. Yes, I did actually, even 2. So the first one was the agency in China, and from them I got my very first 2 book projects, which was very cool. But I'm actually not sure if that agency is still existing. I haven't heard of them in a long time, which is okay because now I'm working a lot for the German publishing industry, but I don't know what happened to them. They're called Illusalon. Maybe you can Google it. And then I also had a German agent, but I realized very quickly that I'm not the type of illustrator for agents. I really like to do a lot of stuff myself. I really like to do it quickly, and with an agent there's automatically a lot of waiting time because she's not always there, so obviously she can't answer all of the emails right away or send out offers to publishers or anything like that. And yeah, so I decided last year that I wanted to go my own way from this year on, and so far I'm pretty happy about that decision. But you also need to know that I already had a lot of publishing contacts before I had my agent. I don't know, I think I had like contact addresses to about 15 or more publishers, so there were already relationships happening there. And yeah, if you're not that kind of person who can build up relationships like this easily because you're too shy or you're not really going to book fairs or stuff like that, it's always good to have an agent. And also if you're very new to the industry and you don't really know how the pricing is working and stuff like that, it can be a very good idea to have an agent. And as I've mentioned in the video earlier, from last week actually, I also said that in some countries there is no way around an agent at all, because I think in England, for example, it's like there's no, I don't know, I think it's just impossible to go without an agent. But if you are an illustrator from maybe England and you are without an agent and still get a lot of jobs, then please leave me a comment down below. I'm very curious about that. So yes, that's all the questions I received last week. Thanks for all of your awesome questions. I hope I could help a little bit, and yeah, that's the question part. And I think that's really all I can tell you guys today. As you can see, I'm not very well prepared for this video. I'm so sorry about this. But yeah, it's been a busy week, and I'm tired. I'm very tired, and yeah, so the rest of the Sunday I will spend editing the video, and then I will start off into a new week. And if you want to see a little bit more of stuff, because on Instagram I post a little more of stories and stuff like that, then head over to my Instagram and follow me there as well. I will leave the link down below in the description box. And yeah, so I hope I could still help you a little bit with this video. And as always, please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, what else to say? Ah yeah, hit the little bell button so you'll be notified whenever I load up a new video. And I will try to figure out some kind of schedule for you guys, so it's not too hard to keep up with this. Wow, I'm shiny like a little star. Not really. Okay, so I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.